budget-minded fans of the Ibanez. I was never a big proponent, which means a thumbs-up giver, of the Ibanez Gio series because I had a lot of students who came in with those guitars, all black, super high gloss with those fingerprints on them. I said, oh my God, why'd you buy this? They weren't great years ago when I was teaching. But last year, Ibanez really surprised me with the GRX40, which was a cool seafoamy green sparkle, I think, HSS, and a little bit of a trem on it, which of course, don't use it in that price range, but a really cool guitar that really just couldn't be criticized. Now this year, they're bringing us something very metal in this GRGR131EX-BKF, which of course stands for black as fuck. No, it doesn't. It stands for black flat because it's not high gloss, which means you don't see fingerprints on it, which means I can actually recommend that to students. So if you want metal, oh my God, you get it for 220, roughly 230 bucks. And that means we really have to look at it. I think something has changed in the mindset of the Ibanez engineers and guitar makers and the companies they work with. That's made in China, by the way, because they see the competition. They see Harley Benton, they see Jet Guitars, they see what Endens has like a low-budget brand, and they know they have to have something in that price range that doesn't just say Ibanez on it and that's enough. No, it has to say Ibanez on it, but it stands for what Ibanez stands for. The shaping, the playability, the sound, the quality. And I think they're fucking nailing it with this and the GRX40. Again, it was tough to recommend the Gios, but I think they're there now. So let's look at what it is. We have black flat, which means no fingerprinties, but still very metal. And then black flat matching headstock with black Ibanez, black Gio. That reminds us of the FR800, which I reviewed last year, which of course clocks in over $1,000. So they took that visual and dragged it down in price. Now, we have a purple heart fretboard, which isn't really purple in this case, but it's very nice and dark. And in that purple heart fretboard, we have reversed shark tooth inlays. What light conditions can you see that stuff in? I don't know. In the studio here you can, but I mean, this is a, professional studio. Then we have black pickguard, black pickups, black knobs, black everything, black fixed bridge, which is great for beginners because you don't want to fiddle around with the Floyd or all that stuff, which also means string through body. Beautiful shaping here, nothing shaped here, you don't need that. And of course the neck is very bright, it's not dark, huge grain on there. It's a maple neck with a scarf joint, and if you don't know what that is, you beginner people, that's of course, they save money by not having to use a big ass piece of maple because this is an angled headstock, as you can see. So that's an extra piece of wood that's glued on here, but some people say that makes it more stable. Okay, the tuners do their job. Are they amazing? No, they're not. The guitar's 220 bucks. You can tune it. They're a little bit wiggly, maybe have a little bit give here or there, but you can tune. I would recommend get yourself a set of inexpensive black locking tuners. Harley Benton makes them, 40 bucks, I think. Always a good idea to have locking tuners on these guitars, simply because it improves the tuning stability a tiny bit, but primarily it makes string changing a lot easier, especially if you haven't done it a lot. Stick the string through, bang, and then you're done. We have the typical Ibanez 5-way switch, which is great. That gives us all the tonal options that we expect from an Ibanez RG. We have side dots in white, right there. And look at that, they're centered. I can't fault this freaking thing. This is pretty damn amazing. It feels good. I'm going to say this is probably one of my favorite guitars from the 2021 line. Yeah, there are many guitars here clocking in over 2,000 bucks. And of course, there's a beautiful Genesis here, which I'm going to review. But bang for the buck, this is freaking it. So let's see if I missed anything. Bolt on, maple, wizard neck probably, 19.5 thickness, 21.5, 648 millimeter scale, 43 millimeters here. It's eingefasst. It's a bound fretboard, and it's bound in black. Bound in black as a metal band. Who do you play for? Bound in black. Why? Well, because my Ibanez Gio had bound fretboard. I don't know. I'm not funny. Reverse black chartreuse poplar. The body is poplar, which we can't see. Probably 17 pieces, but who cares? It's $220. Probably 3 to 4 pieces, easily. They can do anything because it's painted. We don't know. Nut is plastic. I'm not going to bitch about that because it's $220. Anything higher should have a tusk nut. Infinity R and Infinity R pickups. Volume tone comes with 10s, which is hard to believe because they're very slinky, very easy and bendy. It really comes with 10s. Comes with 10s, but not the Darios. Usually all Ibanez guitars get delivered with the Darios. These, I can see that on the ball ends right here, are not the Darios because they're not colored. And we're off. We're going to go through all 5 pickup positions clean into the Fender Deluxe Reverb with a little bit of reverb on it because it's a Deluxe Reverb. That is what the thing is called. Ouch. Anything I forgot? No. No kickback, no anything. It's $220. And look at it. God! So, tuning. Let's do that. Oh, all of the guitars needed a little bit of setup because they were on a pallet in Poland. On a Poland pallet. On a palatable Poland pallet. I don't know. A pretty palatable Poland pallet. Stop! And they need a little bit of setup, and some of them still need a little bit of setup that I can't do to, get better, to get to their full potential. This I took out of the box. It was in frickin' tune after 3 weeks in a cold warehouse. I don't know how. It was in tune a half step lower, but it was in itself fully in tune. Set up the way that it is beautiful. It was the most surprising out of all the guitars, just to let you know. And here we go in the front position. Of course, we're going to have some beautiful graphics there from my friend Jason McNamara's pickup generator that you can purchase from him if you want to, and you're making guitar videos. It's a really, really cool program, and he actually really nails exactly the look of the knobs and the pickups and whether they're fluents. Oh, he's crazy to actually nail all of it, and that runs in Final Cut, and you can buy that for individual guitars or whole packages for a brand or whatever. So thank you, Jason, for letting me use that. I don't know what it is. Jason knows. Cool. In the middle. Nice and clean. Nice and clear, bitey, but still some roundness. Put some delay on there. And then the back position there, which is, of course, some kind of honky, thin thing. A little bit thin there. See if I can fatten that up a bit with this thing. A little bit of bass there. Nice! Cool for this kind of stuff. And then, of course, we have the humbucker. I like it. So let's see where we're tuning wise because I fiddle around with it. We're good. Just a low E string. So let's do some leads, for which I turn on the JHS gunshot and the delay. And let's see how she flies with some leads into... Oh, let's do the Revv Generator 740, which is that green thing right there, because it's got a thicker... Okay, we put leads right into that. Works. I understand the overdrive is more than the guitar. The delay itself is more than the guitar, and so on and so on. But we have to test these things with high-end gear, because otherwise the lowest common denominator is what you hear. Whatever I test should be the cheapest thing in the chain. Otherwise, you don't know what the problem is if it sounds like shit. If this sounds good with this stuff, it means it sounds good. This stuff can't make this good if it's not. I hope you realize that. So please quit your bitching. Or bitch away. That's what the internet apparently does. Just that E string that's a little bit of a bitch. Ah! I just heard it click. Maybe it really needs to be stretched out. Better. Okay, we'll go into the Achillies Argos, which is a JTM kind of an amp, which is like saying it's an old Marshall blues breakery thing. And when you crank that up, it gets very dense and very rock and rolly. Yeah, this is a metal thing. We can see that on all the blackness. But your guitar teacher might ask you to play some, Zeppelin on it or whatever, and then you know that the guitar can do it. And if you're now bitching about, oh, why are you always talking to us like we're beginners? We might be interested in this guitar even though we're not beginners. Realistically, that's the target audience. If you're not a beginner, just don't feel addressed, okay? Yeah, all these strings just need to be stretched out. This guitar is just too new. Or put on a good set of strings, because I'm pretty sure they're not putting on a, premium set of strings in the factory. And those are factory strings. This guitar has not been set up by Meinl, because it's a pre-production model. So it didn't run through the QC. I don't know if they do this in the QC. I don't know if they go and stretch the strings or whatever, but realistically, when you order it, get a good set of Ernie Ball, Slinky, M Steel, get a good set of D'Addario, NYXL, something like this. And then, well, if you're a beginner, you don't know how to put them on. Watch a video, or really just stretch these out, and then you don't have those problems. Of course, be careful with the higher strings not to pop them. I was going to say back in black because the guitar is so black. Find the mistake right there. That, of course, will be one of your first riffs. You take one finger and you go 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 6, 5, 0, 3, 5, 3, 0. And then the bass player will go. And so on, and you have a load of fun, and then you do your first power chord, which is a G. I can't even play it, even taught it for years. That's cool. Let's go into something more gainy. Okay? Wait. Yeah, with that amp, that's very bitey. Oh, that's nice. Okay, you get the point. We're gonna go, first of all, we check tuning. Much more stable now, after I bent the strings. We're gonna go into the Engl Fireball, because that's pretty much what you should pair this guitar with, even though it's a little bit of the price range. But $850 for the amp. 7. That's not true. 8. Songs you play. Okay, just to make sure. It's that E string that's still bugging us. We're moving on into something that you probably don't have if you have the budget for this, which is Revv 100p right there. That's a very evil, massive modern metal sound. And for that, we're going to tune it down to D. Then we don't have that E problem anymore. That's pretty neato. And then the very last, we're going to go into the Driftwood amp over there, which is called the Darkest Nightmare. That's not made for blues. That is made for evilness, and I have the built-in tube screamer actually activated. And the bottom line is, as I said before, this is a phenomenal guitar for $229, and I bitch about shit, and I can't find anything wrong with it. It's center dots, no wiggly stick, everything black. It encompasses the dream of the guy that wants to play guitar because they love Metallica and they love Megadeth and they love Meshuggah and all these bands. And Gojira and what they want in Ibanez, they want a modern guitar, they want a pointy thing, they want it in all black because mommy, I want all black. But this is cool because you don't see all the stuff on it. And it's easy to recommend because it plays well, it sounds great. The tuning instability that we saw in this video, I think is primarily because strings needed to be stretched out. And maybe a different set of strings because what they put on in China is crap. So put on better strings and I'm pretty sure you won't have these issues. Probably my favorite instrument, bang for the buck, features all that considered, of the 2021 Ibanez line. It's a 100% recommendation from me. If I were to buy a guitar in this price range for modern and heavier genres, it would most certainly be this. And I'm a big Harley Benton fan, don't get me wrong, I love these instruments, but this would be my pick. Can't think of anything else on the market right now that would impress me like this, visually and feature-wise. Yes, I'm getting paid for this video, and if you think I'm saying that because I'm getting paid, you haven't seen my other videos. Watch my other videos. I bitch about stuff. I have nothing to bitch about, and if I don't have anything to bitch about, I won't. I put links below. They help me make money, so please use them, even if you don't buy anything from those links. If you buy anything within, I don't know, 2 weeks, pick or strings or whatever, I get some money, and that helps me and Leslie, who, by the way, is switching this video. Thank you, baby, for doing that. And she's in there with the dogs, and some kind of dogs or animals will be coming now at the end of this video.
It's pouring down from the sky, the coldest night of my life. I feel let down, it's no surprise, this Hollywood you never showed. There's an empty seat next to me, 6:30,